Welcome to the channel. This is Oblivion and we are here with the legendary Ninian summoning session, and I never thought I would get the chance to say that, or at least not anytime soon. I am so excited for this new legendary. I think she looks amazing and I can't wait to talk about her a bit, and then we'll jump into some questions. But first of all, let's talk about our goals. Our goals for tonight is just to get Ninian. Anything else is a big bonus. Because of that, I'm going to be summoning greens first, but I also think I'll be summoning colorless and reds because they're just kind of decent. Red pool is pretty cool with like Lilina, Regan, and Fallen Lilith. And then we have colorless, which has Ascendant Florina and Tine alongside Milla. I can always use the Milla merges, and the Ascendant Florina has Trace, which I would love to give to Summer Alencia, so I wouldn't mind picking that up. Anyway, let's jump in and we can start talking about Ninian a bit. Okay, no greens to start, of course. Okay, so I guess we'll do the red. Should we just do all of them? Like, I guess might as well, right? So it's a little bit more orb efficient. I don't have a ton of orbs, so I think that's fine. So let's talk about Ninian a bit, because I've seen some like very interesting opinions. I kind of expected people to be more hyped for legendary Ninian. I don't know if it's just because Fall Ninian came out so soon and that's why, or if it's because like people were expecting like Corrin or something and they got like disappointed. But I have seen so many people like kind of underselling Ninian in my opinion. They've been talking about like how Fallen Ninian's just better, or like other dancers are kind of better, and I don't think people are like seeing the bigger picture, which is that these dancers are getting more powerful, but also diversified, right? They're getting niches as dancers. Like back in the day, dancers were just dancers. They pretty much all did the same thing, and like the only real big difference was their stat lines. And then we got like Legendary Azura, obviously, who like kind of stood out amongst them. But Legendary Azura was just mostly just a standard like powerful, general powerful dancer. But now we're getting like very specialized dancers in that they can have very unique roles, right? And I think that's really cool. And that is what this Ninian is, right? When you look at Fallen Ninian, she is very much a dancer who wants to be with dragons, or like, hey, let's go! Nice! Got Miller Ralph the first circle. Awesome, I'm very glad I pulled here. But yeah, so like Fallen Ninian's like good for like dragon teams, or for like teams that need special acceleration, or like something like that, right? Or even like Afflicting Guard is really nice. She's a very like supportive dancer. Same with like Harmonic Azura or Legendary Azura. Legendary Azura is very much just like giving out buffs, right? And the extra movement. And the Harmonic Azura is kind of a mix actually, where she actually is pretty good offensively, and then she has that high movement. Now the thing with with Legendary Ninian is that she is an offensive dancer. She is a dancer who wants to fight, which sounds crazy because she's Ninian, and we've never had a Ninian like this before. Every other Ninian has been like high HP, like high resistance, kind of like, you know, that kind of dancer. But this Ninian wants to fight. She wants to be an aggressive dancer, and so that makes her very different than other dancers. It makes her very good on teams where she can fulfill that role. So I think that's what people need to realize is like, yes, she's not going to be on every single team, but when you need an aggressive dancer, this is the dancer you're going to be going to. So like in Gale Force teams on Aether Raid's offense, I expect to see this dancer a ton because she's going to be so good. She's going to either be able to like Wings of Mercy in, dance, and then kill something, or she can like even come in after dance a unit, kill something, and then trace out, which is really nice because then you can get her out of the way to have more Wings of Mercy units come in. I can also see her being really good on hit and run, right? Because one of the things with hit and run teams is like, let's say for like Duo Corrin and Harmonic Azura, which is a very common strategy in Aether Raids. Essentially what you'll do is you'll go in, Harmonic Azura will dance, and then she'll do the duo after, right? But the thing is, like, sometimes she'll be in the way. But with Ninian, you can go in and dance, and then you can get her all the way out of the way. So like if you just want to hit and run one opponent, it's going to be really easy to get Ninian out of the way, while Harmonic Azura might struggle a bit more. Like she does have access to Trace, but a lot of times it's not enough movement because you're using 1 or 2 movements to get in, or you get smited and then like you have maybe 2 movement to get out. But Ninian's going to have a full 3 movement, and that's like the really big thing. Hey, let's go! Colorless is hitting! I don't have Tine, so I always kind of like wanted to pick her up just like to get the Dragon Flowers, but also because I think she's like actually sleeper good. Like her weapon's like pretty solid, and I think people kind of like forget that she exists. But yeah, I think Ninian is just a very offensive dancer. Also, she just has a ton of movement. Like the amount of movement she has compared to any other dancer and almost any unit in the game is ridiculous, right? You can move 3 spaces, dance, move another 3 spaces, do combat, and then trace, which is at least 1 more space of movement, right? So that's really strong. I think people are kind of sleeping on that as well. The other major thing I'm considering is summoner duels. I've been thinking of some very degenerate strategies using some cheesy stuff. I'm hoping to put a video on it, but I have to see if it works first. So we'll see. But I think that she's going to be really good in Summoner Duels. And I think she actually adds skill to Summoner Duels when it comes to dancing. Because a lot of times when it comes to dancing, like, you just dance and then you kind of move out the way. Or you, like, you know, you use, like, aggressive dance strategies. But with Ninian, you can actually use her as a combat unit as well. And she can also stall really, really hard, which is a very big deal. We're doing green, right. So, like, because in Summoner Duels, a lot of times you'll come down to those turns where, like, you need to take a lot of actions at the end, or you want to stall your opponent out. And what Ninian can do, right, is she can dance an opponent, which takes a turn. She gets her turn back. That unit gets their turn back. That's 2 more turns, right? That's big. You can really stall with that, which can force your opponent to use their actions, and then their units can't move anymore, which means that you can just go in, right, and just kill things, which is massive. I really think people are sleeping on this unit. Like, I'm sure there's going to be some crazy showcases of her doing some, like, degenerate things, and people are going to be like, oh yeah, she's disgusting. Hopefully I'm the one putting those videos out, but we'll see. If not, I'll make sure to highlight them, like, on Twitter or something if I find them. Okay, so I think we talked about Fallen Ninian a bit. Hopefully I didn't make everyone mad. I don't know. So let's do some questions. I have a lot of questions still to answer, so if I didn't answer your questions in other summoning videos, or if I don't get to it today, I will get to it in the future. Just, you know, there's a lot to go through. Okay, so let's do... We're not getting very many greens, unfortunately. So our first question is going to be from Poe. Opinions on the next book theme? You think they will go back to an old realm or explore a new one? And you think we will finally get a free male original character on the start of the next book? Wishful thinking, I know. Okay, so what I think is we're actually, like, setting up for, like, a Avengers Endgame kind of situation, actually. They have been, like, slowly building up all the realms, right? Like, all the different gods, all the realms. And I think they've been doing that with the Tempest Trial as well, right? With, like, the new... What's his name? Like, Gaddol? I can't remember his name. It's the new Death God, right? And then they're also exploring the Life Realm with, like, Ymir and stuff, right? So I think they're trying to bring all these different realms together so that they can have, like, a crazy showdown of all the realms. And they're going to introduce, like, Zeus or something. And then, like, Thor, Zeus, and Loki are going to have, like, a big storyline. If I have to guess, that's what I'm thinking they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to do it. Oh, another Tina. Okay. I mean, okay, Tina, sure. I didn't really want more than one of her, but, I mean, I'm not going to complain. Does she have good fodder? Don't remember. Theory 4 NFU. Blue Feud. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. That's not a good idea. I don't know why I did that. Let's keep going. Kind of hoping for more. I mean, 5 stars are 5 stars, right? Like, anytime you can get 5 stars along to the Spark, that's always a win, as long as they're not, like, terrible. But yeah, so I kind of expect, like, a mashing of all the worlds coming together and getting, like, a big explosive, like, arc. That's what I'm hoping for, at least, because I feel like they've done some of the legwork already, which would be nice to, like, see come together. Okay, let's keep going. So let's do another one. We have it from Katie for Mage. Hey, Oblivion, just want to say your channel is awesome. Keep up the great work. My questions are, who are your favorite Fate AOCs? If you could pair Felix with someone in a duo or Harmonic, who would that be? Who would you like to see as a rearmed hero? Okay, thank you very much. It's very nice of you. Who are my favorite Fate OCs? My favorite Fate OCs are Legyarn, number 1 for sure. And then, like, I like Lithalot and Alphonse, who are, you know, kind of the same person. I'm trying to think of who else I like. I like Thor. I like Thor a lot. Thor's awesome. So, like, pretty much those 3. Legyarn by far is... Oh, Levitain too. I like Levitain a lot. Those are, like, definitely my favorites. Legyarn is by far my favorite, though. But I think Alphonse, like, has the best character development, obviously, because he's the main character. So he gets, like... He's in every story, so he gets, like, a big advantage over other characters. Especially, like, Sharina and Anna, who get, like, no spotlight, right? So, I do wish they would have kind of given a little bit more spotlight to Sharina, at least. I can kind of understand Anna, because she's, like, in every Fire Emblem, so... They probably don't really want to spend a lot of time on her. But Sharina, like, is, like, supposed to be the secondary character to the game. So I think they should give her a little bit more attention. When it comes to Felix and pairing him up with a Harmonic or duo, if he was in a duo, I would want him with Annette, personally. I could also see him with Felix, though. Felix or Annette would be really cool. I'd be very happy with that. When it comes to a Harmonic, I would want him with Jafar. Even though I'd rather have them both being the front face of a unit, I could never see that happening. Like, if somehow Jafar ended up on a duo, he would absolutely be with Nino, and Nino would be in the front. So, if Jafar's gonna be with someone, I'd rather him be with Felix, just so I have two of my favorite like edgy boys together. Something like that, I guess. That would be pretty awesome. And then I think Annette and Felix I love them together. I think they're amazing together. Like, she's like the only character who can make Felix kind of like come out of his shell, which is always really cute. Okay, let's do another one from Dakota. What effects do you think they would put on a rearmed dagger? If you could make a rearmed dagger weapon that effects would you include, and what would you like to equip it to? I'm looking forward to rearmed dagger for Summer Frederick. I think we are getting rearmed dagger soon, and I think it's gonna be rearmed lift, or rearmed air. Sorry, if I had to guess. Personally, what I would want dagger is I would want cooldown. Oh my gosh, Tina's stalking me. Okay, Tina, I wanted one of you, but I would like an Ascendant Florina so I could kill her to Alencia or Milla. Milla merges are very nice. Okay, plus defense. Okay, we're gonna back out. We've gotten a lot of 5 stars. They're all colorless pretty much, so that's pretty interesting. Hey, there's some greens. There we go. So yeah, I would like cooldown reduction in it. I would like an offensive dagger, so I would like attack and speed. I would like a null follow-up effect, either full null follow-up or at least offensive null follow-up. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Okay. The question now is, who do we spark? Because we don't really need 2 Ninians. Because I'm not going to plus 10 her. Minus speed. Actually, that's really bad. That's actually really bad.
Over you.
Maybe I will go for another Ninian. Because that's like a terrible IV. Because she really wants to be an offensive dancer, and she needs speed to do that, right? So you really don't want a speed Bane. So maybe I will go for another. I guess that answered my question for me. I was kind of hoping to go for a merge actually on a mythic, but that's fine. Look at like her sprite is so cool. I love like the little like Dragon Ball like laser pack powers, I don't know what to call them, around her. That's so awesome. But yeah, back to the dagger. So I would want cooldown reduction and like half a NFU or a full NFU. A fire sweep effect would be really cool. I don't think they'll do that because it's just generally too powerful to give to everybody. If not that, special acceleration. So like a blade effect, right? But like maybe without a check on it would be really powerful. I would love that. So that way more units could use lethality well, and then it wouldn't just be so like monopolized by like Yuri or like Ascended Joshua, right? Who characters who can really take advantage of it. And you could put it on characters like who aren't infantry, right? Who don't have access to time pulse, and they could still get like better lethalities off. So maybe that. I think that would be really cool. And it would be like just generally powerful for all dagger units. So I could see like it making all dagger units just better. And oh, who would I put it on? I would put it on Jafar, 100%. If I only got one, it would go to Jafar. Jafar is one of my favorite characters of all time. His dagger is actually not terrible. It's just that it doesn't have the stats to help him because his stat line is absolute garbage. They gave him one of the worst stat lines I've ever seen. Like they just gave him like abysmal attack and speed, which makes no sense. He's the Angel of Death. Like he should have had really high attack and speed and like terrible defenses, if anything, right? But for some reason they didn't do that. Okay, so let's do another one. We got one from Dragor the Great. Okay, so first they're talking about their summoning session, but the question is, who do you want to win at Hero Rises, and who are you going to go for Hero Rises? So let's see. Should we keep summoning colorless? I guess why not, right? If we do all, yeah, I might as well. So right now, because I don't think we're getting another 3 Houses banner until after CYL. I don't think, at least. I think that means we're not getting Felix this year, again, right? How many years has it been that we haven't gotten Felix? It's like ridiculous that we haven't gotten Felix yet. He's one of the most popular characters. He got like 3rd or 4th in Choose Your Legends, and we still don't have him. So I will be campaigning for Felix if he does not get in before Choose Your Legends. Absolutely 100%. So that's who I want to win. Who do I think will win? It's kind of a toss-up. I could see male and female Robin doing better now because Chrom is finally won. So all the voters from Chrom will probably move to one of those Robins. I can also see like male Byleth doing maybe okay. And if the engaged characters get in, I could see the engaged characters just winning, which I'm not too excited for because by that time we won't really have a chance to have played the game very much. Like there will be a few people, because it comes out like before the voting starts, like barely. There'll be a few people who like smash through the game in like a day, right? Or like 2 days. And they'll know everything. But a majority of players will not have had a chance to like really touch the game. And so I really don't want them to win quite yet. I would prefer if they like got added next year and then they could just sweep next year, right? I'm completely fine with that. But for this year, I'd prefer if like the other characters had a chance to get back in, essentially. So that's pretty much who I'd want to see win. I mean, ideally in a dream world, right? In my dream world, Leon, Zelgius, Alencia, Nethany would win, right? Something like that. Like all Tellius characters. But that would never happen, right? Like it would take all the Tellius characters coming together to get a single one, like even in second place, I think. So I don't expect that to happen, but if like Alencia won CYL, or Leon, like any of them really. If Alencia, Nethany, or any of them won, I would like cry probably. I'd be so happy. Okay, do we want to do... I guess we just keep doing red and colorless and just end here? I don't know. What's my pity at? It can't be that high. Okay, so let's do one more question. It's from IC3Y2. Your childhood video game fascinations. So as a little kid, I didn't get to play very many video games. My parents were pretty strict actually when I was really little. We weren't allowed to own video games. So the only time I got to play it is when I went to my cousin's house and we played like Duck Hunt and like the original Mario on like NES. And then my other cousins had a Super Nintendo, so I would play like Donkey Kong or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff. So those were like my really childhood memories. But my first actual gaming console was a Game Boy Pocket. And so my biggest obsession as like a video game fascination, I guess, would be Pokemon, right? Pokemon was super big. It completely took over my entire life as a kid. We're at 8.5. Like Pokemon just completely consumed everything. Like that was the game that like made me just go crazy. I got all 150 Pokemon without cheating at all, no Game Shark, which was a big deal when you're like 7, right? Something like that. And so that was really big. And then like obviously like the anime and everything else coming together really made it really awesome. Okay, so do we want to do any more orbs? We're at 9%. We got 2 colorless and 2 blues. So like, what's the best we can get? We can get like Ascendant Florina or Milla, I guess, or we get Nartine. That's an option too. I guess I might as well. I'll do the colorless. Maybe we'll get Ascendant Florina, and that can give her fodder to Summer Alencia. I would very much like that because I don't really have fodder for her. I gave all of her fodder I had been saving for her to Har. So we have a speedy Har who is amazing. Just it's not very... It's kind of a meme build, but it's really fun to see Har quad. He just destroys whatever he's touching. It's so much fun. But yeah, so I kind of threw away all his fodder, or all her fodder to him. So I kind of need to get more fodder for her. But we didn't get anything there. Okay, let's go back in and spark. What do we spark here? If Ninian didn't have a terrible IV, like I don't really need a merge on Ninian is the thing, right? I guess like she is a combat dancer, so the merge actually does help, right? I always like to do mythic merges. Mythic merges are really nice. That's like how you just slowly keep your Ether Raid score up. Other than that, my Byleth is kind of merged, so that would have been decent as well. And Fallen Lilith has Speed Smoke 4, which would be really cool to give like Legendary Dimitri. Yeah, let's go with Ninian. I think like other options would have been nice, but like her at +1 is gonna be really good. I can give her like Trait Fruit and then like give her an optimal IV, and she won't have a Bane, which will be nice as well. So let's go with Ninian. Also, she just looks amazing. Like, look at her. I kind of wish they would have gave her a different design, but she looks so good. I really don't want to complain. Like, she looks so good. Like the little like dragon wings coming off of her. Oh, it looks so good. It looks amazing. And we'll have neutral now, which is pretty solid. Okay, that's where we're gonna end the summoning session. Overall, it was a pretty crazy summoning session. I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but I got a lot of 5 stars, so I'm not gonna complain at all. Ninian is looking amazing, and I cannot wait to use her. Definitely gonna try to get some stuff out on her as soon as I get a chance to test her. But I also love to hear how your summoning session went. If you did summon, how did it go? Did you get some good 5 stars, or did it go kind of bad? Who were you pulling for? Were you all in on Legendary Ninian, or were you trying to get somebody else? And if you didn't summon, who are you saving for? Because there are some banners coming up pretty soon, actually. I think there's like double special heroes and a new actual banner as well. Either way, make sure to drop a comment down below letting me know. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps the content coming out. This has been Oblivion, and I'll catch you all later with more Fire Emblem Heroes.